I grew up in Northern California, and I used to, when I was little, I have pictures probably when I was about 2 in my backyard sitting in a laundry basket holding a fishing rod. So I pretty much, I think I've had this in me, you know, my entire life. And then, you know, as I got older, I really didn't fish a whole lot. I lived in Atlanta for a long time, but then I would come down to the beach on vacation, and I just fell in love with the, you know, the Gulf and fishing. And so I decided when I was 25, I was just gonna pack up and move to the beach. And I started kayak fishing, and it just, you know, took me by. You know, I haven't stopped. I love it. I mean, I tell people, you know, I'm like, you go catch that fish in a boat, and then you go catch that same fish in a kayak, and you tell me what is more fun. Absolutely are closer with nature. I mean, you see so much more, you slow down. So I kept hearing all these sailfish, you know, people sightings and, you know, catching them. So I said, I'm going to catch a sailfish today. And I went out my kayak right here, launched my kayak, and I caught a sailfish. And then 3 days later, I caught another one. So I caught 2 sailfish from my kayak in a week. I mean, if I tell you, the first time you get towed around by a big fish in a kayak, I mean, there's just, there's something about it. If you're gonna flip, you're usually gonna do it right in the surf, and it's usually coming back in. Getting out is not as hard as getting back in. So I always tell people, you know, strip your kayaks, and don't bring anything. Don't worry that way. You're not worrying about your gear. Go out there and just practice entering and exiting, you know, the Gulf. You know, playing around in the surf, feeling comfortable, knowing what your kayak can do, what your limitations are. You know, as long as everything's tied down, it's really not that big of a deal. You roll, everything's tied down, you turn it back over, and you come in. It's not the end of the world. But when you don't have everything tied down and everything's floating down and everyone's staring at you and your gear is, you know, we call it a yard sale on the beach, you know, so